You're on 100.3, The Sounds of Macarthur. Greg Bryant with you for the Aussie Collection Show. It's now time for special guests in the studio for Acoustics in the Room. Mark and Trish from Honey Sippers, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much for coming in. I'm a big fan of you guys.
No, good.
Nice to hear.
Good start. Yeah.
Thank you. So, first, I would go to tell us how you both started in music.
I'll go first, or you go first?
You go first.
Well, I guess I started playing guitar when I was about 14, I suppose. So I'm now 61, so that's a long time ago. I should be a whole lot better than I am. So I started playing guitar, and I guess I've played reasonably constantly since then, with a bit of break, I suppose, when the kids were growing up and that sort of thing. Took a bit of time, but the last 20-odd years got back into it fairly regularly. And I've also played in a big band, a swing band, playing bass in that band. And that was for possibly a period of about 8 years, I think. And then various other sort of, other friends I've played with and that sort of thing. And then Trish and I you want to talk about you first? Or?
I did a bit of singing at school like a lot of people, and then there was quite a long gap, I guess, when we were busy with working and family. And then our younger kids were interested in getting involved in bands, so we joined the Camden Community Band, and Mark eventually joined as well on bass. So I still play trumpet. I'm not much of a trumpet player, but it kind of built our musicality a little bit more, I think, too. And there was a little offshoot from there for a while, a little jazz band, and I did the vocals for that. So
that's right.
I started doing some singing lessons maybe about 10 years ago. And more recently, we discovered we could actually really enjoy performing together, and that's been a real buzz for us. Really.
It's possibly more over the last 4 or 5 years we've been sort of focused on, performing as a duo.
Yeah.
Done little bits of pieces over the years, but more consistently over the last 4 or 5 years.
And writing a few of our own songs as well.
And so, how did the Honey Sippers actually start? How did you start?
The name, you mean?
Yeah, the name. How did...
Well, we're looking around for a name. I think it was my brother suggested the Honey Drippers. He liked that, the sound of the Honey Drippers, and then we discovered that the Honey Drippers was the band that Robert Plant out of Led Zeppelin started after the Led Zeppelin broke up. So that was already taken. And then Trish, I think, sort of thought of the Honey Sippers. She thought that had a nice ring to it. And so that's how we became the Honey Sippers.
Suited our style, I think.
Well, it is a good name. I know.
It's got a nice ring to it.
I know a lot of people have said it's a good name.
Oh, good.
That's good. Well, I'd love to hear a live track in the studio. What do you want to play for us first?
We thought we'd start with the first song that we wrote together, really. We call it Can't You See? It's got a bit of a domestic violence theme to it, which isn't... While a lot of our songs are kind of autobiographical, this one certainly isn't. But we enjoy playing it, so Can't You See?
Yeah.
You say you want me to love you, that I understand. But can't you see that loving you is something that you can't demand? Your love for me is vicious, your love for me is cruel. Can't you see your love for me is driving us both through hell? You say you love me forever, love me till the end of time. But can't you see your love for me is sending me out of my mind? There was a time I loved you, there was a time I cared. Can't you see how you're treating me will only ever make me scared? You're scared what you wanted, you're scared what you need. Will you only ever be happy such happiness, they are your pride and joy. Suddenly you get angry, suddenly you go mad. Can't you see the fear in their eyes? Doesn't it make you sad? You say you love me forever, you love me till the end of time, but can't you see your love for me is sending me out of my mind?
You're on 100.3. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I do love that song. So has there been any artists that have inspired you both over the years?
Well, I guess people like, on the one hand, Paul Kelly, you know, those sort of, not quite country, but sort of Australian folk musicians like Paul Kelly. But I think also, you know, old jazz musicians and old blues musicians, Lead Belly and you know, those sort of people. So I think a fair range, and I think that's possibly reflected in the sort of music we play at gigs, and that we tend to have a fairly broad range of things.
Yeah.
So we'll move from, you know, jazz pieces to slower bluesy ones to loud blues ones and try and mix it up a bit, I suppose.
Good to have a good variety. Good.
Well, it makes it interesting for us, and I think it makes it interesting for people listening, you know. But, yeah, we enjoy it that way, so...
And what about when you're performing in front of a crowd? What do you enjoy most?
Well, I think if we've got good sound set up, and I think we've now got a good sound system, we've sort of got the set up on site, so we've got a consistent sort of sound. I think one of the things I enjoy is just playing, you know, when there's a good sound and it's a good live sound. I suppose people's responses are good.
Yeah, we love performing together. That's, I think, it's that old saying, the sum of the parts is more than the than the individuals, and you know, having people responding to what we're playing and singing along or clapping along or commenting afterwards, it's a real buzz for us. We just enjoy that. We love being involved in community events, in charity events, so we've done a lot of that over the years, but we also like the work that we did with the Campbelltown Live and Local. Was in a couple of cafes, and that was really great fun. We enjoyed that. The Alkalizer and Bar Central
It's good.
both sponsored us, and we had a wonderful time there.
We also do some work in nursing homes, which is sort of possibly over the last 12 months we've been hooked up with somebody who arranges spots in various nursing homes, and that's really enjoyable. Particularly when we deal with sort of the general care and also the higher care people, you know, people with Alzheimer's and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's really nice to see the response for those people sparking up when they hear the music.
Yeah, I bet they enjoy it.
Remembering the words and singing along. And no, they do.
Yeah.
Yes,
They get a lot out of it, I think.
They usually ask us when we're coming back again.
Yeah.
And what about when you're writing music? Where do you take your inspiration?
Well, Trisha's the main lyrics writer, so you want to...
I think, like, can't you see... Well, Mark and I are both social workers in our background, so we have an interest in social issues and general human relationships, I suppose. So there's a little bit of that in some of our music, but mostly it's really just about our life experience as well, about our relationships. Being grandparents, we love being grandparents, so we've written a couple of songs for our two older grandchildren. We're still got to work on the youngest one, but she's only 4 months yet, so we've got a little bit of time.
Plenty of time.
And that's our work in progress at the moment. Is its working title is My Melody, and that's, I think, a little bit about reaching a time of life where you realise that you're no longer bulletproof and anything can happen any time, so it's important to just be in the moment and value what's important to you and value each other. So those kind of themes come out in our music, I think.
And generally, Trisha's got a bit of a tune in her head. You know, she sings a song in the shower and you might hear the tune. So I get to know what she's thinking the tune is, so then I'll try and work something out on guitar that suits that or has the same sort of feel about it. Sometimes I throw some words in.
Oh, you do. You often finesse things for us, I think, and certainly the melodies, a lot of your work. I get the rhythm going, and then you you're going to build the melody around that. So it's very much a joint.
Yeah, it's a nice
project.
Nice pastime, but yeah, it's nice when you come up with a good sounding song.
It is,
song, yeah.
And do you have any plans on releasing any of your original music?
Well, we
in
were
the future?
hoping to record later this year. We've just come back from holiday overseas, so we're planning later this year to link in with someone to do some recordings of our original stuff.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
That will be exciting, I think.
Yeah.
Fun.
Well, I'll definitely get played on here. I'll play some.
Yep, we'll send you a copy.
We will do.
And do you have any gigs that are coming up where people can go and see you?
We do a lot of markets, so this coming weekend on Saturday we're at Revesby and at Sunday we're at Picton Market. So other than that, we've been invited to do the Tulip Festival down in Barrel. That's later in the year.
And the Workers Club.
Yeah, Oakdale Workers
Oakdale
Club
Workers.
later in the month.
And so what's the best way for people to contact you or find more information?
Well, we have a Facebook page, so I think if you search for the Honey Sifters,
Yep.
you'd find our details there.
Well, I'd love to hear another live one in the studio.
Yep,
What do you want to play for us next?
Well, we thought, given your Australian theme today, we might do an Australian song, somebody else's song. But, so we thought a Casey Chambers song that we like a lot. It's called Nullarbor Song.
Yeah.
I've never been to the Nullarbor, but I think the song makes you want to go.
Yeah.
When the fire burns out here, brighter than the city lights, warmer than a heart of gold, and in goes Hal just to break the silence. The sun comes up just to break the cold. Last night I woke with the stars looking back at me, swallowing the sky. I felt no anger, I felt no shame, I felt no reason to cry. If I'm not here in the morning, I'll cry a river of tears. I'll learn to live in a new town, but my heart is staying here. When it's quiet out here, 100 miles away, you can hear the train on the line. The whistle blows just to break the silence. I wait just to break the time. I close my eyes, I think of running water, I think of running away. But the fire's burnt to ashes and it's darker than before, but I can see as clear as day. If I'm not here in the morning, I'll cry a river of tears. I'll learn to live in a new town, but my heart is staying here. I'll learn to live in a new town, but my heart is staying here.
The Honey Sippers there on 100.3. That was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure having you both in the studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for
You're
having
welcome.
us. Yeah.
It's been great and you're welcome back any time.
Thank you.
And do you think we can finish with one more? We'd love to hear one more.
Yeah, this next one is another original song, and we call it Sliding Doors. One of our friends said to us, who'd heard us sing lots of songs about broken hearts and cheating couples, and she said how funny it was that such a happy couple did that sort of music. So we thought we should write a song that reflected our relationship a little bit more. We call it Sliding Doors, which also echoes that, if you're familiar with the Gwyneth Paltrow movie, that sense of small events can just have knock-on effects in your life. So this is our song called Sliding Doors. We were young when we first met, still within our teens. Me in cheesecloth and batik, you in flannelette and jeans. You wore an earring, long black hair, this convent schoolgirl loved the dare. Rode around in your blue V-dove, faces bright with fresh young love. Passed you in the doorway of the Christchurch Youth Hostel. Wasn't it meant to be? Simply meant to be. We had no plans to change the world, just to do our bit. Get a job, a home, some kids, and that's just what we did. Those babies now are fully grown, holding babies of their own. These years have sure been kind to us. I can't believe how fast they pass. Passed you in the doorway of the Christchurch Youth Hostel. Wasn't it meant to be? Simply meant to be. No great tragedies to scar our lives, no epic tales to tell. Just small stories of a life lived and loved well. I don't know if heaven conspired to lead my steps to be our guide, but I don't need to think it through to know that I belong with you. Passed you in the doorway of the Christchurch Youth Hostel. Wasn't it meant to be? Simply meant to be. So many decisions on the way. Who knows what part each choice will play? Sliding doors and sliding days. I'm glad that you're the one who stayed. Sliding doors and sliding days. I'm glad that you're the one who stayed.
The Honey Sippers there. Mark and Trish, thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.